and all other representatives of SASCOC who are here today, to all the coaches of the provincial for the national teams who are present. Thank you very much for joining us as well. I want to express a word of welcome to all of you to this event on behalf of the South African government, represented by the Minister of Sport and Recreation South Africa, Ms. Tokozile Xasa. We want to officially welcome you to this, our World Cup send-off event for Team South Africa. We have a very exciting year, ladies and gentlemen, in that many of our teams are contesting the World Cup this year. We have Amajita, who are already in Poland. That's our under-20 football team. We have the Proteas, who are on their way to England to contest the World Cups, the Cricket World Cup. We have our netball players who will be off to Liverpool very soon to contest the World Cup. And it's a very significant one, ladies and gentlemen, because South Africa hosts the World Cup, the next World Cup in 2023. So for us, it will not only be our Proteas who will be contesting the World Cup, but it will also be a learning curve for South Africa and a rehearsal for South Africa as we prepare to host the World Cup in 2023. We also then have our Banyana Banyana team, women who have represented us well, who go off to the World Cup in Paris. And later on this year, we have the Springboks, who will be contesting the Rugby World Cup in September. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a very eventful World Cup year for South Africa, for all of our teams who will be participating in the various World Cups, and we will be at an appropriate time also affording a send-off to other teams who will be contesting the World Cup later in the year and when the teams have been selected. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, let me start with the next item on the program. May I call upon Mr. Barry Hendricks to offer a message of support, and then we call upon we have a panel discussion that we start off with first, where all the presidents of the three federations will be on the stage to tell us more about their support. What has the federation done? What are their feelings, or what are their predictions for our teams? Mr. Hendricks, thank you.
Thanks, Sumaya. Wow, if I look at this group of people sitting here, what a group of people. Minister, Deputy Minister, it's been an eventful weekend, first of all. Yesterday, the Women in Sports Conference, the roadshow that the Minister's holding. Today, the Arnold Classic Games. Sunday, the equestrian events, a national event in equestrian. It's an eventful weekend for sport. And this is what SASCOC's all about. This is what the ministry is all about. This is what the department's all about. It's about making sport available to the public. But the Arnold Games, 19,000 participants. Grassroots players to the top players in bodybuilding, for example. Arnold is there, Arnold Schwarzenegger, to lend his support. You are the cream of the crop. You are those role players that send an example to all those youngsters who are trying to emulate you. When they see you on TV, you are the people that they aspire to become. And it's good to see an event that takes place at grassroots and then to be part of an event like this that shows the cream of the crop. And that is what SASCOC is supposed to be about. The development of sport from grassroots right up to elite level. You are the ones that showcase South Africa. And this event, from SASCOC's perspective, this send-off, is supposed to show you how we value you as players, coaches, managers, because administrators, Blanche, because it's you that makes this sport great. All of the sports that take place. At the Arnold Classic that's taking place this weekend at Sandton, over 90 different types of sporting codes. And this is what sport is supposed to be about. You, the cream of the crop, from SASCOC's side, we wish you the very best in your endeavors, going on your tours. We can only wish that you fly the flag and that you make us proud and that you represent the country well and you bring us back those medals and those awards. We look forward to supporting you in future. So good luck, well wishes, bon voyage. Thank you. called him now? Okay, so now what's going to happen is, I'm also supposed to be the facilitator of a panel discussion. And I'm going to call on the president of cricket to come forward. I'm going to call on the netball president to come forward. And I'm going to call on the Xasa, the football president, to come forward. Shoot. Danny, how many years have you been in this? I remember Danny Jordan when I was a lightie. Coming from Rhodes University, the Black Student Movement, and joining the Eastern Province Sports Council as a development officer. And Danny Jordan and Mboleli Nula. Danny was the president and Mboleli Nula was the deputy. Kobus van der Walt was our, I think, our treasurer or secretary. So it's come a long way, Danny, to be in a position.
You must say, I was also young then.
It's been a long time in coming. You are all three of you in charge of very important sporting codes, regarded as probably the top sporting codes in the country. And the question that I need to throw to you is, what support are you giving to the players? And how do you feel whether this teams, how ready they are in going out there and fighting for the cause of South Africa? A, what support do you give them as administrators and as organizations? And B, how ready do you feel they are to achieve their goals? You can start with me. You can start with you. You closest to me.
Yeah. I think first of all there is a general challenge in this for women's sport in this country, and I think netball and cricket and our football can talk of the same thing. Lack of popular support, sponsorship, serious differentiation between men and women in terms of players, lack of sustainable international competition. Because you cannot expect our women's team to go and win a Women's Cricket World Cup or Netball World Cup if there's not a sustainable program. And I think that speaks to all of us. So what we have to do is to virtually take our national team and put them in camp for a prolonged period of time. We spent 70 million leading up to this World Cup, and 20 million since when we gathered the team to the final preparation. And that's nothing, because if you look at the total support for sport in this country, is over $1 billion. And if we cannot even spend 10% on women sport, then we must not talk about all of the rhetoric about touch a woman and touch a rock, no touch a woman and touch poverty, touch a woman and touch no sponsorship. So I hope that the question of sending our women teams to all of these events is the beginning of serious transformation of women's football. We have, since 2013 to date, have increased women football players in our country from 200,000 to 413,000. We want 1 million. Women football is the second biggest women's sport in this country, and we want to be the biggest women's sport. We want 1 million women footballers by 2022. And this is a platform to trigger greater consciousness, greater awareness of the World Cup is not a once-off. It is the final graduation.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I've got 15 minutes.
Oh.
Talking about women's sport, Madam President, you are supposed to be in charge of the biggest women's code of sport in the country. What's your opinion about the support that you give to your players?
I think Danny touched a bit of it to say, I mean, he's talking about 70 million, when I don't even have 7 million to do that. I mean, it's a challenge. I mean, when you talk 70 million, and my girls went like, it's like, President, what are you saying to us? I mean, for you to prepare a team, that's why you see right now 8 of our players are overseas, trying to prepare them to go and win something in the World Cup, because we don't have such kind of programs in the country that can make us keep them in our own country and make them play netball professional. I always say the day netball turns professional is the day that a women's sport, especially netball, will change in this country. Support. If we are not supported by the Department of Sports and Recreation South Africa and some of the few sponsors we have, and would like to thank them, obviously, the few sponsors that believe in us and say, these are women, we want to believe in women. I don't know why men that are in this house don't believe in women, because you are the people that sit in the boardrooms. You've got more power than us. Because I think in the past we didn't believe in ourselves as women. We gave power to you to rule us, forgetting that we gave birth to you. I don't know why we were thinking like that. But I am saying it's time that men believe in us and believe in what we can do before we even go out there and show the world that yes, netball can host the World Cup. Yes, we can beat Australia, we can beat New Zealand, whatever. Believe in us for us being women. Because we are the ones that do the finance in the house. Are you aware of that? That if I don't want you to do something, you won't do it. If you are my man, you won't do that. So it's time we start investing in sport. I mean, if we want even the economy of the country to grow, they must invest in sport. Because the more you invest in sport, the more tourists you get, the more, support of everything you get in the country. So remember, when I bring Australia here or New Zealand, there's Netball South Africa, we bring them here. They bring in dollars. When we go that side, they don't even feel us because we are rent. So it's time the corporate world believe in us as women and say, women, we are behind you, we want to support you, and see what a woman can do. They say, build a woman a house, she will give you a home. So I'm saying, believe in us that when you give us a house, we will build you that home that will be sustainable in this country. And it's time netball is turned professional.
Thank you. Thanks, man. All right. I don't want the netball ladies to gasp again because we're going to ask another coach of sport who receives millions. I'm sure you have a budget of over 300 million in cricket. Mr. President, your opinion around the support given to your players?
I think that we need to correct this misunderstanding and misconception that cricket has a lot of money. We need to correct that. Our women's national team also faces the same challenges that these two coaches are facing. But be that as it may, let me say firstly, let me wish our national teams going out as they seek to conquer the world every best of the luck. And we also wishing to bring in a trophy. This is my team sitting here, and I'm saying to them, we need that trophy. The country needs it. But for us as cricket, from each World Cup to the next, it's a journey to prepare for the next World Cup. It's a 4-year journey. And I'm sure Linda Zondi sitting there could articulate this vision better. We had what we call Vision 2019. We've been in various World Cups as a coach. We have performed in various ways. We have not won a World Cup, and we believe that we have the team, we have the support system behind that team to be able to conquer the world this time. And we have given everything that we could to make sure that our team is well prepared. And we have what we call the Future Tours program, which is the matches that we play against other countries that play cricket. Therefore, that forms part of your preparation as you prepare for this big tournament. And we hope and we feel that we're ready. We're bringing in to that tournament a very powerful team.
Okay. Last question, and very quickly, the state of readiness, Mr. Jordan. Doctor?
Well, I think our team is ready. They have been on the road now since December. They played against Sweden, who is ranked number 9 in the world. They played against Netherlands, who is ranked number 8. They played the United States, who are the reigning champions and number 1. They will play France, who is number 4 in the world. So, and they played Jamaica. So I think that they would be ready. We gave them only the best to prepare for this World Cup, and we want to wish them well, and we want to wish netball and cricket well as the men's cricket team. That memory of the run-out of Alan Donald.
I was going to mention that.
That run-out of Alan Donald is still there. They must go and remove that and bring that trophy. We want to wish all of you the very best.
Thanks. Cecilia?
Let me start also by wishing cricket and Banyana Banyana, especially Banyana Banyana, well because of they're a female team. I advocate for women. Let me wish them well, to say we believe in them and we know that they'll bring that medal back. Even cricket. We believe in each and every South African team that goes out there here. My beautiful girls, we have done everything in our power to make sure that we prepare them. We have played them with the quad series, which is very expensive for them to play and go overseas and play the quad series. We are now even taking them to Wales before the World Cup to play test series, to prepare to go and do us proud. I mean, we beat the Commonwealth champions in the last quad series. And I believe and I know that the girls will do us proud. And this time around, they will cut that 1995 thing of saying, in 1995, that was the last time South Africa won a medal. It's us now who are so hungry. I believe that the girls will come up with a medal. Minister, I cannot promise what kind of a medal, but I know the girls will come back with a medal because they are dead hungry. The girls are ready. As Proteas are ready. As usual, we say, we are all in.
Thank you, ma'am. President, and don't make a comeback onto football and how they haven't progressed.
It's a mammoth task, and it's a privilege to be sitting here as cricket to receive this send-off, because we are a national team that plays for its nation, and we believe that our people are behind us, and we've prepared our team well. If you're looking at the cricket landscape currently, you look almost every one of those 10 teams that will be there. Each and every one is a potential winner of the Cricket World Cup, and therefore it means you have to compete, and each and every game that you play, you do your best, and so that you don't have to come to the last game of the tournament needing to win the last game before you get to the playoffs. And what is also important is that as a national team, we play not for ourselves, but for the country. And we prepare the players. We've done everything that we can possibly do. The injuries that are there are being sorted out, and I'm hopeful that every player sitting here is injury-free, ready to go and play.
Fantastic. Folks, please give this panel a hand. We only had 15 minutes. Panelists, thank you very much. Minister, while they leave, just a thought. I've seen the importance of a panel like this, and perhaps in future, Deputy and Minister, a forum like this is also a good idea to really talk about new ideas, take sport forward. Thank you, panelists.
Thank you very much, Barry. And next, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The leaders of the organizations have spoken. So we all wait with bated breath, but importantly, ladies and gentlemen, each and every South African must get behind our team. We are a sports-loving nation. We have seen the power of sport to bring us together, to unite us, to get behind our teams, to build social cohesion. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go to the next panel of our players, the captains of the team. So we have Faf du Plessis here. We have Sanele. Okay, Sanele will represent netball in the absence of the captain who is overseas, Bongi. And we also have, since we don't have a Banyana Banyana captain here, the coach, Ms. Desiree Ellis, will be the person who would come up in the next panel. So if you can come, I think you need to get your mics on. And whilst the mics are on, we're going to play a video to show our teams in action. But ladies and gentlemen, I must tell you a story. You know, I've cut my teeth in sports development through cricket. I used to be a mini cricket coach. Yes, guys. I used to be a mini cricket coach. I managed the women's team at one time at a provincial level. I'm a level 2 cricket coach. And the dream come true for me was going to a World Cup in India and Bangladesh with our former minister Mbalula. But the most painful part of it was getting into the change room at the end of the match. Some of you were there, but we're hoping we're going to see a better result this time. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We watched the video.
on behalf of the team and on behalf of South Africa, I would like to thank everyone who gave us the support.
Now it is Gatlana. Gatlana! Finally, South Africa! Be one of the talking points in the days to come in this competition. And so finally South Africa gets to beat Nigeria for the first time in a good match in the Women AFCON.
We knew it was going to be a difficult game against Nigeria, but I'm very proud of my team that we didn't fear Nigeria and we didn't give them too much credit that they won AWC 10 times. We also had to step up, and today was the day.
Being in the semi-final, it's a do or die. So we come as a team, play as a team, be well prepared and do the job.
Johnny inside the box. Portland's Gatlana! Gatlana going to have big goal of the tournament. South Africa are through to the final for the first time since 2012. France, here we come. Banyana Banyana, absolutely historic qualification.
It is a dream come true for me because I've never been to a World Cup, so it's a dream come true.
The one-day vibe is really good. Guys are working really hard, obviously, off the field, and hopefully we can keep stringing along and getting good performances in.
That's in the gap all the way, and that is the end. The comprehensive win for South Africa. Oh, beautifully bowled. That was superb. Beauty. That's beautifully played. South Africa, the handshakes all round.
And he brings up his 100. An excellent innings from the South African captain. Showed a lot of skill, resilience.
South Africa win the series 2-1.
It's never easy coming to Australia, and I thought everyone played very well. It was a team effort.
He does! Does he get it? Yes! And well played, South Africa.
And South Africa clinching the series 3-2. Have a look at that. That's how you prove people wrong. Prize of catch, and that is a really good catch.
It's OUT is gone.
Pull him! A handshake's all round for the South African team because it means that they win 5-0.
The guys are looking good, and that's good signs.
Well played, South Africa. Applause all round. So good to see.
It's amazing.
Every time we come so close, we work real hard and we always want that win, and then we let it slip away.
Cut me up, strip me down to size. Don't you realize that you still can't stop us? We become who we are, and yes, we've come so far. You can change the rules and cheat, cause we'll still beat you under one time.
South African players know, the bench knows, they have done it. They have beaten the Commonwealth champions.
Like a girl. Do it like a girl. If you want to do it harder and faster. If you want to be a better, faster. Do it like a girl.
Yeah, very satisfied with the performance. We just lost playing ball.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause for our three teams, ladies and gentlemen. Some goosebump moments, and I'm sure we're going to see much more of that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think our teams are ready, our captains are ready, and we call upon the Proteas captain, our representative of Banyana Banyana, and our netball representatives. Are you ready? Can you please come onto the stage? Barry, do your thing.
Thank you, Samaya. Right, just to remind you who's here, we have Faf du Plessis, we have Desiree Ellis, and we've got Zanele Vimbela. I've also, while they're sitting down, I've been asked to ask you to eat, please. So that while we're doing our thing, you are allowed to eat. You can listen and eat, I'm sure. Right, so folks, you are regarded as the best of the best in the country. You've heard your administrators speak, but you are there at the coalface. You are the actual people on the field. So the same questions apply to you. Are you happy with the support given to you? And what is your state of readiness? Desiree, we'll start with you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Minister, and presidents of federations. As the president said, we had fantastic preparation last year in preparing for the qualification for
You
the
can
World Cup.
speak to them, man. They're looking at you.
This year, once again, we started off with the Netherlands and Sweden, went to the Cyprus Cup, Jamaica and the USA. And we have one more friendly in France on the 2nd of June against Norway. And the key match for us was obviously the USA, who are ranked number 1 in the world. And it was important for us to go there and do really well. We did not win the match though, but we ticked off a lot of boxes. In previous matches we conceded very early. And after 30 minutes, it was still 0-0. We were also minus a few players because it was not a FIFA date. But I feel that we are ready. We are ready to go and play in the World Cup. We've had fantastic preparation. This is things that players dream of. The last time we were in France was Bafana in 1998, 1999 when they went and they qualified in 1998. And it's exactly 20 years later. So we are going there to make our mark. Women's football in the country has really grown, not just on the football field, but also in the stands. When we were in Cape Town, we had many fans at Cape Town Stadium, and we challenged Durban. And with my involvement with Banyana, I think that has been the best support that we've ever gotten. We've had camps as well, through our sponsor, Xasa, and through SAFA, the support that they've given us. So we are ready.
Fantastic. Zanele?
Of course, yes. Good morning, everyone. We've had a good amount of support over the few years, and I think that's why we've been progressing as well, in terms of, having more competition come in since in our international standings, especially with the inclusion of the Quad Series, which has been, I think, somewhat benefited for us because as a team we don't have a lot of time, going into camps and preparing ourselves for it. But I think having grown as a team as well, and also including a number of players as training partners, I think that has also been a very good preparation for us. I think going into the World Cup as well is just really, for us it's been quite a bit of a challenge, for some of us that's based in South Africa. But we've had a good intensive training with one of the coaches that's here based in South Africa, and she's been going around training the players to their bases, to their place of residences. And so also just preparing for the local league that's happening now, which is the Telkom Netball League. And some of the new sponsors that jumped in as well have seen how the sport has been growing, in terms of just since the announcement of the 2023 World Cup as us hosting. So I think the more that we put it out there that we are capable of actually putting a good performance at the World Cup, I think the better it'll be for our support for women in sport.
Fantastic, and you look lovely in your green and gold, by the way.
Thank you.
Faf, in terms of the readiness of the team.
Yeah, also the support about your first question. We're very grateful.
Okay, great.
As I suppose cricketers in South Africa, got a great president, looks after us really well, and with our CEO, we get all the support that we want to try and make us prepare as best as we think we should. And yes, your question about ready we are, we're ready.
Oh, that's short and sweet. And I like your hairstyle, by the way.
That's more important.
Ladies, you didn't speak so much about the support that is given. You've heard your administrators speak about what is needed. More emphasis on women, more corporate involvement, funding. And we heard about the millions that football spends on you. And I heard the gasps from the netball women when they heard 70 million. In terms of your opinion about support and what your federations and what other federations can do for sport?
Well, our federation has been fantastic along with our sponsor. As I said, we had such fantastic preparation, playing with top sides last year in preparing to qualify, and now in preparation, even bigger teams, and that's been important. But all along, we urge corporates to come on board because the one sponsor that we have, Xasa, cannot do it alone. And as the president of Netball South Africa said, they need to come on board to support women in sport. And it's not just football, but it's women in sport in general that needs that support, because netball has shown, cricket has shown, and Xasa has shown, that women in sport can achieve if they get the necessary support. So we urge corporates to come on board and come on board along with the other corporates to make the sport grow even bigger and better.
Thank you. Zanele?
Yes, I completely agree with Desiree over here. I think, especially with us as well as the netball, we have had good support in our long-standing sponsor, which is SPA, and they've been very supportive throughout the years that they have signed with us. And I think the more corporate sponsors jump in, I think the better it'll be for our support.
Fantastic. Folks, as I said, we only had 15 minutes for each of the panels. Can you please give them a hand? Captains, from our side, we wish you the very best. Coach, we wish you the very best. Zanele, we wish you the very best. Only one captain. Go ahead and make us proud, please. Thank you very much for your contribution.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, firstly, Barry Hendricks, for facilitating these two sessions. And thank you to our representatives of the three codes of sport. Netball and cricket, I think your schedules cross each other. So please exchange notes. Whilst you are in Liverpool, they are somewhere in England and Wales. So please, if you get a chance, go and watch them and vice versa. Please support them, each other, and especially for our netball girls, I think any support from back home is important. So, ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the next item on the agenda, and this is the address by the Honourable Minister of Sport and Recreation South Africa, Mam Tokozile Xasa. Ladies and gentlemen, let us put our hands together for the Minister of Sport and Recreation South Africa, who will deliver her official send-off message on behalf of the Government of South Africa.
Thank you very much, Chief Operations Officer of the National Department of Sport and Recreation. I'm trying to be able to see you all. Deputy Minister of Sport and Recreation South Africa, Deputy Minister Gert Stezen, Vice President of SASCOC, Barry Hendricks. Thank you for the facilitation. And also the fact that I think the presidents who are here have heard that we need many more of the forums between the presidents. I would make it to have also the CEOs of the federations, because I think it's critical that we have one voice. We also can share best experiences and as we move forward. Maybe we'll be asking, hey, where will you be there? But the government will continue to be there. Our presidents who have been here earlier as part of the panel, President Danny Jordan for SAFA, President Chris Nzani, and also for Netball, my dear sister Cecilia Bulgwane, and your teams led by the coaches, the captains that are here. We also have seen CEO of cricket, Tabang Murwe, who's here. We also have acting CEO of Brand South Africa. We look South African in our scarves today because Brand South Africa wants us to really keep on branding ourselves as South Africa. CEO of Netball is also here. Our sponsors, our partners, our super fans, members of the media. Our sport would be nothing without members of the media. And everybody we see, I've seen also parents of some of the players that are here, and most of all the teams themselves, because it is because you have done it. That is why we here today to say it has never been the case where South Africa would be sending off 5 teams who are playing in World Cups in 1 year. This is an amazing year for us. I want, as I'm standing here, to say, halala South Africa, halala. A country full of possibilities. And here you are, having been given an opportunity, supported, as we heard from yourselves, the support. Of course, we know it is not enough. And it is quite disjointed, maybe moving forward with our forum. We can really deal with some of the issues moving forward. And I think, Barry, as you were here, you were also indicating that as part of our consultations, we're busy consulting on women and sport policy, that we want to make sure it gets into the mainstream of our federations, so that we don't just talk millions, President Denny, we're talking what percentage of those millions goes directly to women and sport programs in your budget, in what you have already, whilst you're looking into what we'll have and what we can also do to make sure we attract many more of the sponsors and corporates to come in and also support what we are doing. I'm standing here also in front of you today, just some days after our country had gone to very successful elections, of which we continuously as leaders thank our South Africans who have gone to the polls, who have demonstrated to the world that South Africa's democracy is growing, so that we can also even hear a word without necessarily opening your mouth, through the cross that you put to say, what is it that we want? What is it? Who do we want to lead us? I'm also standing in front of you, just having landed this morning from Canada, where South Africa is sitting for a 3-year cycle as part of the foundation board for World Anti-Doping Agency. And the delegates there, they were congratulating us as a country. So it means the whole world is looking up on us. So if we do right with our athletes throughout, if we do right with our women and sport, the world will learn much more. And at the same time, if we succeed, the world is also looking up, because all our teams are respected as they will be going to play. I know even our super fans, as they are here, unfortunately, Umama Chauke is the only one who has been guaranteed to be going to the World Cup, because the president, confirmed that she has a ticket to go to the World Cup, Banyana Banyana. I am also looking for further sponsors for our super fans to be able to be there physically and hold the flag high, so that our teams can also feel the presence of South Africans throughout their fixtures as they would be playing. So we are here, and today, as we are here to have this send-off to our 3 teams who are representing us, with Amajita, of course, already in Poland as the fourth one. Others programs would follow to send them off towards the dates of their departure. We are here and we are saying today we want to officially also hand over to yourselves, because not all of us will be there with you, but you will be carrying the flag, you will be carrying the aspirations of all South Africans, and we are really expecting you to do your best and bring back the flag, hoist high the flags, and also bring us those cups. We want them back here, as we are also looking forward to host many more of the World Cups in our country, so that we can also bring in the much needed investment to assist our president, who already is in a mission to make sure in the first 5 years of his reign we have about 1.3 to 1.4 trillion in terms of investments into the country. So we're looking forward that sport will also make that contribution by bringing in many of those big events into our country, and we can have many more participants, because when we bring such into our country, it's not just sport that benefits or sports people within their value chain, but you also are looking at young South Africans who will also get some jobs out of it and can also feel it, and feel it comes back into South Africa. And we also are saying to our cricket Proteas, we are only expecting you back in the country on the 14th of July, expecting you to reach the finals and win the tournament, and we'll be there to welcome you in style. So we know we're putting a lot of pressure, but it's a necessary pressure, because always, you have to follow up on a successful country that you come out from. To Netball Proteas, we have done it in the recent past. You are currently ranked number 6 in the International Netball Federation. Is it 5? 5, I'm sorry. Ranked 5 in the International Netball. How can I do that? And I must once again thank Telkom and Twiza, who have also joined in the current partnership as sponsors for netball. Already they are saying we have trust in what women can do, and we are looking for more of the sponsorships. South Africa and South African corporates, we really are looking, even before they take off or when they just land, there will be more announcements of sponsors who are coming in to support our teams. And going forward towards the 2023 Netball World Cup in South Africa, we would want even more of such participation by corporate, so that we can make that World Cup a memorable experience, and at the same time where our players would also be coming up with something for them to take to their families. I must also say we really, as part of Banyana Banyana, very grateful of Sasol's participation and sponsorship. It has done so well, and it is through Sasol's efforts and support that today we celebrate this team, and equally need to thank our coach, Desiree. When people say when you look at her height, and you really are looking at miracles that are happening under her hand, we really become more and more proud of you, together with your technical team, for the great work you continue to do. We heard that yesterday you announced your team. I happened to just saw you somewhere at John F. Kennedy. Our ways were crossing. I know the girls did not want to really look at me in the eyes if they are coming from the World Cup, and I was saying to them, no, we just wanted you to use that opportunity to practice with the top girls so that you can see how they are doing. Don't feel bad about the score with USA. So we're so proud of you guys, and we think like many our women in our country, we always have to do extra work to prove that we are women, but I think you have made a remarkable mark throughout, and you have shown that women can do it. We are proud of you. And we are also saying that as part of our commitment as the Department of Sport, we said it, we announced it in January this year that we will avail about 5 million as the department towards the Women's Premier Soccer League, and we are looking forward to the commencement of the league later in the year. And yeah, I was waiting for that. You must always know that sport comes with a victory or defeat, but this time we were only looking for victory, no defeat, and stick together through every tough time, knowing that your country is so proud of you, and knowing that the people of South Africa are behind you every way, watching every part of every activity that you are engaged in towards the World Cups, and we're looking forward to more of our soccer fans also joining you there, but also making activation throughout South Africa throughout the period within which you are playing. Maybe the fans will be sharing on how this has to happen, working with federations, and once more, you will be our ambassadors. South Africa through you will be represented. South Africa through you will be the country it continues to be in the world. So when you are there, you are representing us. When you are there, you are South Africa, and that is why South Africa takes this time to say, you are beloved citizens of our country. Continue to hold and fly our flag very high. We are so proud of you. Thank you very much. Smaya, you said I should. Okay.
Thank you very much. Can we have more of that, please? Okay, thank you very much. It's not very loud enough. You know, we're doing a send-off to our 3 teams, and you're very sad. So, supporters, super fans. Okay, thank you. I know you're saving it for another item after this. Okay. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we go to part 3 of our program. And at this part, ladies and gentlemen, we have our teams who are representing us. They're representing the country. They're carrying the hopes and dreams of 50 million people as they represent us on the international stage. So, ladies and gentlemen, the next part of our event is for the minister to officially and formally hand over the South African flag to our 3 captains or their representatives, so that as they go, they know that they carry the hopes and dreams of all the people. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have before us here the flags. I'm going to call upon ministers on stage. I'm going to call upon Deputy Minister, if you can please join Minister on the stage. I'm also going to call upon the Vice President of SASCOC, Mr. Barry Hendricks, to join us. And importantly, Brand South Africa, who is the voice of South Africa as our teams. Whenever we go overseas, you will see we shed as government, we shed the government coat of arms, and we take on the logo of Brand South Africa. So thank you, Brand South Africa, for what you do for us as a country to profile us. So I'm going to call upon. Thank you. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, as we, yeah, thanks, Mickey. Thank you. So can I call upon first and foremost Mr. Faf du Plessis, the captain of our Proteas cricket team.
I've said everything, so and he has promised everything.
Can we have Zanele?
You represent our hopes and aspirations. Fly it high. This is our commitment to yourselves. Just as you know, you will do the same.
Thank you so much, Minister and Deputy of Minister, and our sports federations as well, for this lovely support, and I hope we'll do you proud. Thank you.
Thank you. Desiree?
Desiree, our dynamite. This is our flag. You represent our hopes and aspirations, and we know you've been doing it. You will do it even more. South Africa is behind you. We appreciate the work you do.
Thank you, Minister. I can say that we will wear the flag with pride, also that we will try and make the country proud, and we will give it our best effort. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister. I think everybody's got their marching orders. We thank you very much. You may take your seats. Deputy Minister, can I request that you still stay on stage? You have your own responsibility. Thank you. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're almost done. Just a little bit more. I'm going to call upon the Deputy Minister to actually convey our closing remarks. But just as a way forward, ladies and gentlemen, once the Deputy Minister has delivered his closing remarks, we're going to call our teams that are here for a photo session. So please be in readiness for that. But first, let me give the mic to the Deputy Minister. Deputy Minister.
Thank you, Sumaya. To my comrade and colleague, the Minister of Sport and Recreation, Tokozile Xasa, the Vice President of SASCOC and friend Barry Hendricks, the various presidents of the sporting federations present, and of course our very special and most important guests, Team South Africa. I'm talking about the Protea cricket team, Banyana Banyana, and our Netball Protea team, Netball Proteas. And ladies and gentlemen, invited guests, members of the media, thank you so much for being here. Without you, whatever we do will be showcased. So, Comrade Chris, is with the media that we talk to the people, that we unite our people further. And we say thank you to that. It's really my pleasure to say a few words as we officially send off our national sports teams that will go and do duty at the various World Cup events in different parts of the world later this year. Allow me to express my appreciation to the Minister of Sport and Recreation of South Africa, who directed Minister that we have this event. Minister, let me just say this gesture is sincerely appreciated, and I'm absolutely convinced that some of our teams are also appreciating that, and by us spurring them on with this event to go and fly the flag very high where they go and travel this year. Allow me to pay tribute to our athletes. Your journey, athletes, has been a long one. To representing your country in sport is probably one of the highest accolades that can be bestowed on an athlete. We really appreciate the many hours of discipline, training and resilience that you have displayed to achieve this. We further salute and acknowledge all those who have been supporting the cast. I'm talking about in the back room, the coaches, the team managers, the medical staff, tour managers, team selectors, groundsmen, kit managers, sports analysts, and the list goes on. Let me say your contribution to the success of these teams is invaluable and much appreciated. To the various presidents, the CEOs, the board members, and the management, your role in the governance and administration of the Code of Sport plays a very critical role in team preparation and delivery. We believe that success in the boardroom translates to success on the field of play, and I want to appreciate the role you have played in achieving success. Allow us to thank you all for acceding to the invitation of our minister for this event and for ensuring that some of our teams are present. President of SAFA, Danny, we know where Banyana Banyana are, and we know that the Hearts are with us, but we are proud of them and their achievement. To SASCOC, sincere appreciation for your presence and your role here today and for the support you're providing to our various codes. Now to our super fans, you are really great ambassadors, not only for sport, but also for our great country, South Africa. You really add color and vibrancy to whichever event you attend, and we thank you for bringing energy to this event today. To the members of the media, baie dankie. To the members of the media, thank you for your continued support in taking us from the back pages to the lead stories in the media. Our teams have been presented to you. My request is please follow and support them as they go and fly the South African flag. To all the sponsors who have already invested, and especially those that will now get appetite and come and invest, we thank you so much, and thank you for supporting and contributing to sport. We really appreciate it. In fact, we have seen the impact of your contributions as we move towards the professionalization of our various sporting codes. Let me say this. Minister, our government, we know, will never have enough money to be able to fund all the needs of the developmental state, let alone sport. So, together with sponsors, we do more. To all our invited guests, thank you for joining us today at this truly South African send-off for Team South Africa. Thank you to the team of sport at the head office. I don't see my DG here. He's somewhere busy with something constructively, I know. But to our COO and the team, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, sport has played a meaningful and pivotal role in South Africa in achieving its democracy. Sport, in fact, has been the force that's uniting our nation. In short, we are proudly South African. South Africa, a place that took its destiny into its own hands, continues to strive for equity amongst its people, and has put humanity at the foundation of our nation. To our teams, travel safely, Go and fly the flag of South Africa high and in the right spirit. You are ambassadors. We're proud of you. Travel safely. Bon voyage.
Okay, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We've almost done with the program. We're going to start with the photo session. And super fans, please be ready. I'm going to call you for a photo session as well. Because we need an official picture of our fans. So please be ready. I'm calling you as well. Can we have Dr. Jordan and Ms. Desiree Ellis and the Minister, Deputy Minister, Mr. Barry Hendricks. We'll start with the smallest delegation. Mickey? And Brand SA, ma'am. Yes. Mickey is going to facilitate where you stand, how you stand. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who have not given us your tickets, your parking tickets to be validated, there's somebody walking around with the box. Please put it into the box. And Dr. Musaji, I know you want to go next. Yeah. Thanks a lot. So cricket, you going next.